Hey guys, it's the Mayhem. So I've been noticing this phenomenon lately. I actually noticed it last year, but I'm starting to notice it more. It's gaining popularity. It's a phenomenon called men going their own way, also known as Mgtow. There's a lot of videos on this. There's a lot of websites about this. Uh, and for those of you who don't know, it's a movement where men they abstain from romantic relationships with women and they do what makes them happy. It's a movement that kind of focuses on self actualization and finding what makes you happy. Um, and there's a lot of different variations of this, but for the most part, uh, the main theme of this is to abstain from relationships with women, even friendships with women, because society seems to favor women in several different ways. And romantic relationships or any relationships with women tend to uh, end up badly for the male party involved. Uh, Personally, I think this movement is a huge passive aggressive way of sticking it to the women. Uh, I've seen movements like this before with the MRAs, men rights activists, and stuff like that, or the Meninists, which I think is an absurd term in and of itself. So I'm on the Wikipedia page. Men Going Their Own Way, Mgtow, is mostly a pseudonymous online community supported by websites and social media presences cautioning men against romantic relationships with women, especially marriage. The community is part of what is more broadly termed as the manosphere. Uh, Beliefs Mgtow use the word gynocentric to describe conditions that favor women to the detriment of men and are opposed to such circumstances. Mgtow believe that there is a systematic gynocentric bias against men, including double standards and gender roles, bias against men in family courts, lack of concern for men falsely accused of rape, and lack of consequences for their accusers. There are some valid points to be made by Mgtow, but do I believe that that men should go their own way and just completely abstain from romantic relationships with women? Um, Obviously, this boils down to the individual. Do you feel like your life is being plagued by women? Do you think women are victimizing you? Do you think that your life would just be better without women in general? That is left up to you. My personal opinion on this is men and women have been getting along for thousands of years, and all of a sudden we're having a movement like this. I feel like this is just another SJW attempt to form a group and isolate this group and divide us all and be completely passive aggressive and not try to talk these things out or make any real social change or political changes to make sure that men aren't victimized in these ways. For example, there's a lot of people who are concerned about if you get married and the marriage doesn't work out, that the woman is going to take all the money or alimony. The thing is that there is a thing called a prenuptial agreement, and arguably, if the other party loves you, she will sign this agreement, basically agreeing not to take all your money and things, or even take half of your money. Uh, that is something that you should probably talk out before you even get married, if that's a route that you want to go. But getting mad after the fact when you know it's the law of the land seems a bit ridiculous to me. Uh, Now, I am not Mgtow. I'm not somebody who believes in this because I believe this is just a flash in the pan movement that we'll forget about in a few years. Uh, though it does have some valid points, I think these things can be worked out. I think if we communicate these things and even fight for social change and political change, we can alleviate a lot of these issues. But I think, and also this is something that is probably inherently in Western civilization. I don't think there's a lot of this going on overseas. I think probably in Europe, in North America, this is primarily where this is. And again, this just seems like a passive aggressive attempt to get back at women for all the wrong and evil they've done men. Here's the thing: there's not a lot of nice people in the world anymore. That's just facts. Uh, However, do I believe that you should completely stop talking and having romantic relationships with women? I mean, I believe that it could be helpful that you should, maybe take a break if you're asking women out and it's not working out, or maybe if you're not sure about getting married to somebody, maybe you should take some time, take a step back, maybe think about it or reflect on it, and make sure it's something you really want to do. But do I think that this and calling it a movement and basically stamping Mgtow on your forehead and basically alienating yourself from the rest of the world and saying I'm part of this movement, and screw everybody and what they think, this is me, Mgtow, hashtag whatever, I think that is just going to alienate yourself even further. um, when you can form relationships with all people, not just men or not just women, you can form meaningful relationships with both men and women and not have too much of a problem. There is plenty of people in the world who get along just fine. Uh, but this is definitely a decision that you have to make on your own. So, guys, those are my thoughts on Mgtow. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is the Mayhem. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please slam that subscribe button, hit that like button or dislike button if you don't like the video. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.